Brings us back to our heart, to our center, to our presence. Couple ladies with Take a moment to tune into your heartbeat. Take a moment to be present to that ever-beating drum within. Come back to the center. Come back to the present. So while we're working with the technical, it's good to see everybody here at the ceremony this morning. Happy fall equinox. Come to celebrate this time.
Good morning. I just had to hold the button down longer. Still learning. Isn't life like that? It's all learning. Thank you, Kai, for the lovely drumming. And thank you all for being here. My name is Leah. Isn't it a lovely way to start the day, to gather like this, and to have the drum beat of our energies, of our heartbeat, being centered around together. The togetherness makes it so special. I welcome you all to this fall equinox ceremony. We're live streaming from the lanai of Lighthawk, center of Hawaii. And today's obviously going to be quite different. We're going to mix up the usual sequence of events that we do here because of the beautiful ceremony that Kai's going to lead us in. We're going to celebrate the changes of the seasons here. And yes, to those of you online who don't live in Hawaii, we do have changes of seasons. They just aren't as severe as in many places on the planet, obviously. But we love to celebrate those 4 changes, each of the 4 seasons. I'm going to take care of the Lighthawk announcements first, which is usually what we do at the end of the day, so that we can celebrate with ceremony, and that'll be later. I mean, this will be now, the announcements are now. Okay, most of you know that are here. We do have Sunday services every Sunday at 10 a.m. and obviously here in person on the lanai or by live stream. Thank you for the COVID that happened. That live stream was born out of that need and now we're continuing it, so people anywhere in the world that can be online can watch. And any of you that want to go back and watch and listen at any time to any date in the past can do so via our website. We do offer free childcare. We do appreciate that you reserve by Friday, so we know ahead of time. And we're very blessed because we have someone new who stepped up to the plate and is going to be here for us. So, is she in the room?
She may already be in.
She already, okay. Well, we'll let her know. Thank you for coming. Anyway, okay. The next 3 Sundays, we have exciting things coming up. On 9/29, Kate Moody is going to be, her program is both, her program is both the program and the music, and she's titled it Musical Sanctuary. On 10/6, Alison Yana, Chaos to Coherence, How Honeybees Weave Heaven and Earth. The music by Jean-Pierre Coma. On 10/13, Sheila Gallian, Group Hypnosis for Powerful Positive Change. The weekly classes that we offer here, that are offered here, on Mondays, 4:30 to 5:30, Jianan Wang teaches Tai Chi and Qigong. There's no class on 9/23 because he's going to be off island. The classes will resume on Monday, 9:30. Monthly events here. We have an end of month potluck on next Sunday, actually, on the 29th, because we have it on the end of the month, obviously. We have a produce giveaway on the first Sunday, and that will be October 6th. However, those of you who have access to farms or live on farms, and you can bring produce at any time because produce happens when produce happens, and we're all hungry always, so bring whatever you want whenever.
There's some organic pumpkins.
Yes, organic, please. We have a crystal bowl meditation on the second Sunday of every month, and that starts at 9. It goes till 9:30. So the next event for the crystal bowls is October 13th. We have special events coming up. Saturday, September 28th, workshop. Margie Bourgeois, did I pronounce your last name right?
Yes, that's good.
Bourgeois. It sounds like French. I never took French, but I was trying, okay? Wellness for Independent Living, 9:30 to 11:30. The suggested donation is $25. On Sunday, October 13, we're going to have a workshop with Sheila Gallian on self-hypnosis. So it'll happen after she talks, from 1:30 to 3:30, and it's a love offering. There's going to be an additional workshop by Sheila on 10/19. It'll be a different subject. Okay. We have a Honu box, and we submit prayers so that if you have a prayer, anything you have a request from the universe of something you'd like adjusted, changed, not fixed, that's not the right word, healed, the box is over on the table there. It's a Honu box, and there are forms in front of it. You can fill out that prayer and put it in the box, and there is a group of us that pray weekly for you, or that other person. If you are praying, if you want to put a prayer in from someone else, you just need to request their permission to put that request in. We also have a lending library, and it's right inside the double doors here, so you can check that out after service today if you like. It includes a great variety of uplifting books from diverse spiritual traditions, as well as CDs and DVDs. It's located right inside the entry hall, if some of you are not aware of that. We also have a mailing list, so sign up on the guest book, which is right over here on the table, the round table by the entrance, and you will get our weekly e-newsletter, which has everything I just talked about and more. Or you can just sign up on the website, which is www.newthoughtcenterofhawaii.com. So I'm going to introduce Kai, and we're going to do the reading, and we're going to pass the photo. That's right.
All right, Cass.
I'm out of order. Sorry.
Or,
The whole day is weird.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a holiday.
she's holding the energy. We're holding the energy for her. Good job.
Okay, I'm going to do a reading from the Science of Mind magazine, which some of you might be aware of, and it is titled "Celebrate the Equinox Within." God of balance, we ask your blessing at this threshold when light and dark are equal. Teach us to welcome both into our lives, making room for joy and sorrow, for sunlight, shimmering, and moonlight radiance. That's by Christine Vulture's Painter. When the time comes that nothing goes forth from you other than which you would be glad to have return, then you will have reached your heaven. Ernest Holmes. Mother Nature's change of seasons offers the perfect opportunity to reflect on the change of seasons within us. Today we welcome a new season and an equinox, a twice-a-year event when the sun is directly over the equator and the hours of daylight equal the hours of darkness. This is an auspicious time to revisit spiritual goals and release what no longer serves us. Taking stock is a way of spiritual streamlining. Some helpful questions to consider might be, what worries occupy my heart? How can I release them? What can I do to bring more peace and joy to my days? If we answer these questions honestly, we can release some habits that get in our way of our peace of mind and step up a few of the practices that contribute to our sweet connection with our higher selves and with our divine source. The equinox also invites us to take a look at balance. It's easy to get thrown off kilter, and lose our center of gravity when we have too much work and too much little play, or too much stress and too little calm, too much screens and too little nature, too much noise and too little silence. If this sounds familiar, make a plan to cut back and revise some grounding spiritual practices. Walk in nature, meditate, practice gratitude. I'm going to add one, swim in the ocean. You will know exactly what you need and how to return to the spiritual equinox within. May we open to a new season of balance and inner peace. Today's affirmation, I'll read it first and then we'll read it together and I'll break it up for us. It's not that long. I release the past season of my life and I open my heart to new beginnings. I take steps to restore equilibrium to my life. Okay, here we go together. I release the past season of my life. And I open my heart to new beginnings. I take steps to restore equilibrium to my life. Thank you. And we are appreciative of everything in life, right? Gratitude is a beautiful place to live. I know that I've been experiencing more of that in my life than ever before in my life here in Hawaii. And I am particularly grateful for this center, the friendships I've made, and the lovely people that gather here. So to make this, to help assist, to subsist us, if that's the right word, to help us, we pass around the kobo bowl because there is that thing called finance in the real 3D world. And we appreciate any gifts that you want to donate to our cause here. So we will pass this around.
And my apology, I was going to bring out one of the big crystal bowls and like play music while it was going around. So I take responsibility that I didn't do that. But instead, I think all I would do is hum. Hum. Yeah. So if you'd like to join me in buzzing like the bees, I know somebody said something about the bee buzz. So let's all just we're creating honey with our offering. Yeah. Yes, you can also stick your fingers in your ears while you buzz. Your ears resonate in your head even more. I like to go down to the bee farm. We have a hive on my property also. And I like to just sit by the hive and meditate. We talked about nice thing to do this time of year is to meditate in nature. And I find when you're in that calm space, the bees know they're not going to attack you or anything. And I'll just sit literally with my head right next to the hive. Sometimes they'll land on me, but I hear that buzzing. My housemates actually made like a bee bed where it's up the hive, you sleep on the hive and stuff. Um, so quite passionate. I know there's a sharing coming up about the bees. Um, some say they're the keepers of a certain level of consciousness. Yeah.
Thank you, Kai. Do you have any announcements that you'd like to share with us about any upcoming classes or events for yourself?
So I teach yoga every Saturday morning at Honol's, down kind of closer in town, but it's a beautiful morning practice. 8 o'clock every morning. There's yoga by donation. I say bring your fruits, money, whatever your trade is. But we set up with sheets. Yeah, I bring extra sheets and extra mats, and we do yoga about 20, 30 feet from the water. And I like to call yoga a practice of surfing the breath. And we do that in different poses. Yeah. So it's a really like beautiful way to stretch and open it. I also offer massage at my oceanfront house. I live about from maybe here to the wall there, about that far away from the ocean, on the ocean. So you lay down on the table and you're out. It makes my job easy. Kind of like you reading about the equinox this morning makes my job a little easier. And I also do psychic readings. I'm a professional trained psychic, ordained psychic minister. So I do readings for people and so forth. So those are several of my offerings. And I've also recently offered a Thursday evening class at Pohoihoi. If you're interested in that class, I encourage you to get my number because it doesn't always happen. We have, like recently we did it at somebody's house because it maybe was going to rain. But so several yoga. I find yoga really wonderful practice.
Thank you, Kai. It's traditional here that after our service, we go to lunch together, or would like to join us. Where would you like to go to lunch today?
You know, I thought about that. I guess my favorite is the Thai food in Keoho. I'm also open to the Chinese food here, or we've also been going to a corner pocket of recent. But you know, I love the Thai food.
My restaurant is closed until the 25th.
Oh, thank you. You know, it's funny because I thought, oh, I would love to do that. And Spirit was like, well, you might want to have some other options. So yeah, either here at the Chinese food or the corner pocket. We've been making kind of a regular at the corner pocket. So I don't know if people are.
So can I get a show of hands of who would like to join us?
He needs to decide which it is.
I guess the Chinese food, I really love the eggplant, but the veggie stir fry, there's a bunch of, every time other people order stuff, I'm like, oh, that looks really good. I'll get that. So easy if you want to join us, just right next door for Chinese food.
Anybody interested? We have an approximate show of hands to how many people. Okay, that's great. And after Kai completes the ceremony and we clean up Leno and I, then we will head over there, and whoever's first can kind of put a table of about 6 or 7 of us together, and we will enjoy a meal together. Thank you. You ready to take it over?
Oh, sure. Okay, well, aloha. Aloha. Yeah. I've shared before, but I like to, for the new people, ah is the sound of the heart. Yeah, we say that in every language. We see a puppy, a child, we go, ah.
Mhm.
And O is the sound of the hips, like how low can you go? Yeah. When you're in your heart and in your hips, not in your head. When you're in your head, you're someplace else thinking about the past or the future. What was that you were saying? I'm sorry, I was thinking. Yeah. But when you're present in your heart and in your hips, the Hawaiians call that alo, your presence. And surrounding the heart is the breath, the ha. So important to the Hawaiian people, yeah. I believe the Hawaiians and Polynesians originally from India, and I mentioned I teach yoga and the importance of the breath, the ha, so important. So aloha literally means to be present in your breath. Everybody take a deep breath. And as you exhale, go. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale. better, more present, and more peace. Yeah. The kahuna, the word na is peace. Like kona, we are sheltered by Hawaii. And I mention that because today's ceremony is a celebration of the West. And in Hawaiian, they call that komo hana, like e komo mai. You say, welcome. E komo mai, come in, is literally what that means. E komo mai. And hana, we could say, ha is the breath and na is peace. So like come into the peace of the breath. One meaning, every word in Hawaiian has like 7 different meanings. And I am not an expert on Hawaiian language, but I learned these little pieces of wisdom in the Hawaiian language. Yeah? So we come into this time of peace. Now the equinox, as Leah was sharing, is a time of balance. Yeah, it's a time of balance between heaven and earth, between the sun and the moon, the seasons, the cycles. We're getting ready for winter and we're coming out of summer. And this equinox, the autumn equinox, celebrated around the world, is actually one of the most important ceremonies around the world. Like in India, I'm going to put my glasses on so I can see what I've written. Yeah, I'm in that age now. It's Navratri. Yeah, the celebration, the Durga of Durga. The Durga of Durga, the goddess. Yeah, overcoming the demons. Yeah, of the darkness inside. All around the world, there's this celebration of the goddess, the earth, the feminine, the darkness that we're going into, that overcomes the evil within the darkness, within the self. Yeah, the Egyptians have. That's a time where the god of Egypt goes into the underworld. We have that throughout Christianity. There's death. There's a death and rebirth throughout the cycles of life. And one of the wonderful things about ceremony is that we're reminded of the cycles of life. Now here in Hawaii, again, we have 2 seasons, I like to say, spring and spring. Yeah, pretty much. It's always flowers blooming. But if you notice, there's different flowers blooming at different times. And I just want to take the opportunity to say, so, thank you so much. It's the first time I've ever had this kind of flower day. It's beautiful. Yeah. And so we are surrounded always by spring, by new life. And yet we are reminded that there are cycles of life. First and foremost, the breath. Right? And the more we empty, the more we can fill. Yeah, and like waves, they come in cycles and sets. It's one of the great things about life. There's a new day. Every day we have a new opportunity. Oh, what's going to happen today? There are cycles. We have a week. And then we have another week. And then we have a month. The cycles of the moon. And there's the cycles of the sun. Yeah, we've talked about it, the other ceremonies, how the sun moves across the sky, the length of the day changes. And at equinox, we're reminded that summer has come to an end. And on the mainland, the trees start to remind us with their colors here, like what, maybe the plumerias lose their leaves. Yeah, that's about it with the trees that lose their leaves. But like the mangoes have been bloomed. Yeah, so the mangoes is kind of coming to completion. We'll have avocados next. Yeah, apples. Yeah, that's one that, like, they call apples the fruit of eternity. Yeah, the divine fruit, the apple. There's so much metaphor, but we know an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So there's a lot of health on the apples. And my housemate went up to Mana Road in Waimea and picked apples because they're blooming. Like the fruit is happening now. So there are these cycles that is still happening. And part of this time of autumn equinox is the harvest. Yeah, so the fruit of summer has born. It's time to harvest. We pick it or it dies on the vine or on the tree, right? So there's this process of picking. And so we have work, hana. Yeah, that's the other meaning of hana. It's interesting because in Hawaiian, the word ohana, right? And O is like, we come together to work together. So we say we're Ohana. Everybody that works together is Ohana, is family. Yeah, we see these linkages. Yeah, and the West, the ocean, right, the area of the sunset, we say is the area of the Aumakua, the ancestors, the ones who've gone before us, that prepared the way. And Au in Hawaiian is time. A-U, Au. Yeah, like our Na'au. Yeah, when he's feeling too. Yeah. Au is time, and Makua is parent. Interesting little of the roots. Yeah, Ku is one of the gods in Hawaii. Akua is God. Aku is the god of Kealikakua. We could talk all about Kua. Yeah, the being that came to Kealikakua and taught the Hawaiians so much. I just heard a wonderful talk down at Honam now about Kua, the god of this place and the legends of this place. Yeah. So Akua, Kua, Ku, God, and Makua, parent. Like recognition that our parents are kind of God over us for a period of time. But the Hawaiians believe that our personal gods are our Aumakua. And that's the parents through time, the ancestors. And I mention that again because this is the season of the ancestors. In the West, throughout the world, we celebrate both the harvest, Thanksgiving, we gather as family to share what we've gathered together, the goodness we've received in life, and give thanks, gratitude. Yeah. But we also celebrate the dead. Hallows Eve, Halloween, yeah, de los Dias de los, I don't speak Spanish, but the Day of the Dead, right? So there's these ceremonies. And in Mexico and the Chichen Itza, that's the equinox, is the time that the winged serpent god is illuminated. Most important ceremony of the Chichen Itza people. This recognition that, it's at this time that we connect to the gods. Not all the time we can connect to the gods. Every moment is sacred. The Hawaiians know it. Every place is sacred. But there's something special about now. Right? And when we create ceremony, it creates a sacredness for it. Yeah? So I want to read a little bit from a book I picked up. It's called Body as Sanctuary for Soul. It's, I believe, a teaching on shamanism, or it has a passage on shamanism. The passage is, what is shamanism? The transformative mystical path that provides tools of access ecstasy and transcendence in the ancient cross-cultural practice of shamanism. Through shamanism, we merge with the universal cosmic energy pulse, the beat of the heart. The beat of the frame drum provides an opening into the awakening of the heart center, while also offering internal healing, known as medicine, delivered direct from spirit. This practice, which becomes a way of life, can help us thrive during the many shifts and changes that life brings to us, regardless of the tumultuous circumstances we may encounter. With this practice, we access an altered state of consciousness, ecstatic transcendence, in which we potentially commune with the realm of the holy mystery, the gods, Amakur. By ecstatic transcendence, I mean a type of trance that is associated with ecstasy or bliss, peace, bliss, it's joyful bliss, which again is the only communion with the soul really knows. You come back to bliss, its natural state. In this expanded state of consciousness, we can enter an inner world that few people are consciously familiar with. In these simple shamanic practices, we learn the skill set that helps us to improve our lives. We learn to ride, gracefully through life's constant vicissitudes. It's a fun one. Vicissitudes. Can we all say that? That's what we're going through. We're going through vicissitudes. It doesn't sound as hard as challenges. Oh, yeah, I'm going through vicissitudes. I need a good attitude when I go through vicissitudes. Yeah, I think so. This is a strange, dreamlike world where we work in partnership with many helping spirits. Amazing reports of the structure of this world from shamans, all different throughout the world, are similar. From Siberia to Central America, where shamanism was first observed, to North and South America, Indonesia, Tibet, China, and Hawaii. There are striking similarities in these details. In cultures with shamanic traditions, shamans who hold the central position in the community may cure illness, restore personal power, divine the future, locate food, appease restless spirits, influence weather, and give guidance to the people of their community. Being in this world is something like entering the dream while awake and consciously deciding what to do there. Mysteriously, this world is invisible and just out of reach to people's normal daytime mind. But as you will learn to move into shamanic state of consciousness, you will learn to trust that it is just as real and just as informative. So let us enter this state. We start by welcoming spirit into the 7 directions. You're welcome to stand if you like. I'm going to start with the east, the sunrise. Yeah. Welcome spirits of the east, sunrise, the new day, the new beginnings, the spirits of the sky, the winged ones who sing their songs in the morning to remind us to meet the new day with joy in our hearts. Welcome you. Welcome the new, the light, new day, spirits of the earth, the east, be with us. We face the south. Aloha, welcome spirits of the south, beings of fire, Pele, fire down below, transformative fires. And Pele, you remind us it is through destruction that we create. For always we have to let go of the past to create new. It is the fires of transformation that burn off the dross and make us more pure. Oh, spirits of the south, come be with us, guide us, teach us, transform us. We face the west. Aloha to the spirits of the west, of the waters, of the sunsets, of the ancestors. Ancestors, we welcome you. We welcome all of your ancestors, spirit guides, teachers. We're reminded of completions, and yet every completion brings a new beginning. We welcome our water ones, the whales, the dolphins, the fish, the octopus, the growlers of the ocean. We are reminded that it's water that flows through us, that we too are water, and from the water, and back to the water we will go. We too will be ancestral spirits. Eventually, the come guides, spirits, teachers of the ocean, be with us. And we face the north. Aloha, spirits of the north, the earth, Manikia, Kohala. We welcome the spirits of the earth, the ground, solid, remind us to reach up into the sky, are connected to heaven and earth. Welcome spirits of the north, the angels. hands to the sky. Aloha Spirit, Aloha Father, Heavenly Father, Star being, ancestral ages through the stars, the ancient ones of the sky. Welcome. Teach us your movements through the heavens, the items, cycles of life. What is here on earth? We break down your energies, manifest or radiance, or light through us. Be with us, guide us, and down to the earth. If you like placing your hands on Pachamama. Oh, Spirit of the earth, we give you thanks for your support, for your unconditional love. Pachamama, thank you so much for all you give us. For it is in you that we grow. It is through you that we bloom. It is from you that we receive so much. You give us so much unending love and support. Thank you for the beings of the earth. Some say we came out of the earth and back to the earth we shall go. So it is. We are bodies of the earth. Thank you. If you like, place your hand on your heart. We go with the seventh direction. Oh, the great within. A beating heart, always there, reminding us that there is calmness within. The breath moves through the body, surrounds, embraces the heart. We are so wonderfully made. We are reminded that in but a breath or a heartbeat, we can return to our center, to our na, our place of peace and balance. So I invite you to get comfortable. We're going to go on a journey. The journey will be about half an hour, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
20 minutes. We'll have a little time at the end for a discussion if you like. But the main thing is you get comfortable. Yeah. Oftentimes when the body is uncomfortable, the mind has things to take care of. It's part of the reason the yogis gave us the yogic practice, is so that they could sit for hours. You know, my Zen master said, all we have to do is sit and remember everything. But sometimes it's challenging to sit. So you're welcome to lay down if you like, or sit comfortably. If you're sitting, place your feet flat on the ground is a nice way to do it. That will ground you a little bit more. You'll notice if you get a reading from me, I always have people put their feet flat on the ground. But we connect to the earth and we relax down into its support. And take a couple deep breaths as you begin your journey. And feel how the body naturally releases a little deeper with each exhale. Just allow yourself to soften down into the ground, to the chair. Just letting go of the heaviness in the body. Releasing from your shoulders all the responsibilities you carry around. You can pick them up later if you like, but let the shoulders really relax. And that will allow the heart to open even more. As you breathe deeply, just allowing the body to soften, to become more light. As you go within, deep, dropping down like a leaf falling from the tree, floating down deeper. Or like a feather released from a nest, just drifting down, down, down deeper inside. And we are making our way to your inner garden, this place where you nurture the many fruit of your life. It is the time of harvest. Many fruit come to ripeness. Tending to your garden now. Looking around the garden, noticing the plants, the many fruits. This is the time of harvest. So inside, begin to harvest, thinking of the things that you have accomplished this year, this season, this cycle. For the summer has come to an end. And it is time to go within, even deeper, relaxing into the calm of now. And as you're in your garden, you may decide to tend to the garden, pruning off branches that no longer serve you. For it is by releasing the past that we make new life. The trees will naturally do that as they release their leaves. And they say we are here on the planet to help. And it is your garden to tend. So letting go deeper. Beginning to notice the areas in life to let go. For the season is complete. That cycle is done. This is a time of change that you may come into deeper balance within. So we let go of past frustrations and challenges, difficulties, and even attitudes. Past experiences. They have served their purpose. We let go down deeper, relaxing, releasing, letting the body be, and the soul relaxed. From the top of the head to the tip of the toes, soul relaxed. Going down deeper, placing your hands deep in the earth as you tend the soil, feeling the earth, feeling its goodness. And beginning to gather the different fruit that you're harvesting, the different plants, the born fruit, gathering into baskets. For we are preparing for a great feast. Gathering your baskets, perhaps loading them onto a cart or car, whatever it is that you are doing in this time and place. And beginning to journey from your garden down a path through the woods. You can see the trees are changing in the fall. Making your way to a ceremony, a gathering, a feast. You may see familiar faces, family, friends, or even from a past time. They're singing and dancing, fires burning. And all around there's joyfulness and celebration and community. And someone approaches you. Like the barn dance, this is a place between dimensions. A friend from long ago, a being you know. And they're here to guide you. You walk to the edge of the ceremony, they have a word for you. They tell you of the sea, the ocean nearby. And they invite you to travel down to the sea. So we're going to travel down to the ocean. At its shore, watching the waves gently rolling in. The ocean so calm in its place. feeling the gentle breezes off the ocean. And you're invited into the ocean for a swim. And one of the guardians of the sea comes to greet you. It invites you to dive deeper, letting you know that you can breathe in this ocean, diving deeper, going down below the surface, diving down, noticing the corals and the beauty as you go down deeper, deeper, under the waters. And dolphin comes to greet you. The whole pod surrounds you, swims with you. One in particular looks you in the eye and reminds you of your ability to communicate with them and they with you. They remind you of the power of joy. And moving with grace through the liquids of life. And they take you deeper, down deeper. And they bring you to wisdom whale, swimming with the whales. And they have wisdom for you. Much like the dolphin, they can communicate. Reminding you of your ancient connections to them and to the stars. And more wisdom for you individually. And the whale invites you deeper, deeper, down into the darkness within. And with the wisdom to overcome the past. And they remind you to let go. The wisdom of the whales takes root inside. And the dolphins come to gather you up and bring you back to the shore. And as you make your way out of the ocean, make your way back to the feast. There are ancestors waiting for you here. dance with them. Dance in the trance. And it feels like you can fly. And they take you up into the clouds. And they show you. They remind you that you always have the ability to fly. And so you fly to a temple, an ancient temple. You enter the temple. All around offerings at this time. You're struck by the power of this place. You're greeted by spirits. Teachers with ancient wisdom. They remind you of the power of letting go. And letting go. Letting go. Down deeper. Healing inside the body just from being in the temple. Life comes back into balance. Letting go. Coming out of the temple, back onto a path through nature. You make your way to the holy rock. And at the holy rock, you're met by an animal. The animal invites you deeper into the forest. To a circle in the trees. animal shares the wisdom of its ways. And journeying back to the festival. For there is more to receive, release, and share. You're reminded of how much you have to give thanks for. Surrounded by friends, family, and ancient connections, communities throughout time. So much to be grateful for. This is a ceremony of gratitude, thanksgiving, of the harvest. The shared goodness of life. We rest in that goodness, for it is good. gather in community to celebrate. Deep down inside, we feel so fortunate. We are blessed by the presence of our ancestors, always watching over us. We give thanks for many blessings that they provide. We let go of our judgments of the past, for like children we didn't understand. We now realize with so much wisdom how blessed we are. And our place and our purpose to love. We let love fill our bodies and minds. Love for this moment. Love for this experience. Love for everyone and everything that surrounds us. Deeper love, love, love. Deeper love, love, love. With gratitude, we make our way back to the garden within. So grateful for the many plants that we have planted. Tending to the plants that still need our attention to grow more fruit. And the garden inside, just finding peace. Such gratitude for all that grows in our life. As the time is ending in the garden, the day is ending, we're greeted by a final friend. And they bring a special word for the season ahead, for this time to come, for the changes in store. And the message fills you with excitement. You know that the next season will be a great season also. Time of change within you, within the world, within all. As we cycle through eternity, another season. Time to find balance and harmony in our world, in our life, in our relationships. Peace. Peace inside. Deep inside, a deep peace, a deep knowing that all is as it should be. That you are perfect, doing what you desire to do, to grow more abundant, healthier, happier, more peaceful, more loving. Loving to yourself, grateful for all you receive, and loving to those around you, accepting as they are, loving, accepting the harvest as it is. For there's so much abundance, there's so much good. And so we find gratitude, we focus on what is good and what is to harvest and what is to receive that is good. And we let the heart be full of gratitude and the mind be full of peace. And we know we are never alone. Always ancestors, guides, teachers, community, friends, family around us. And even in our moments of aloneness, stillness, there is spirit inside. Deep peace inside. Deep peace inside. Deep peace. In the harmony, the balance in life. So we know everything changes. All part of the process of growth. And we find peace in the process, deep inside. Gratitude, such thanksgiving for all we receive. Take a couple deep breaths. Really soaking up this deep feeling. I'd also like to invite you to touch your thumb and index fingers together, making the symbol for peace, symbol okay, a mudra of wisdom. It's okay. The universe has got this. Gently, slowly starting to come back to the room. You like you can begin to move your fingers and toes. Rolling your wristed ankles, stretching through the body as if waking up from a nap. Returning from the journey, however that was for you. Just allowing your body to still feel the peace. And one thing I requested earlier, and I'm sorry we didn't do this before the service, but I requested some note cards and pens. Do you know what they are? So we're going to pass out some note cards and pens. You're welcome to, on one side, jot down what you want to remember from the journey. But I would like to have everybody at least write down 3 things that you're grateful for. I'm reading a book. I've been reading it for a while, kind of off and on. It's called 101 Exercises for the Soul. And the first exercise, he said, if this is the only one you do, this is the best one. It'll change your life. Every day, write down 3 things that you're grateful for. At the end of the month, you got like 100. At the end of the year, you got like 1,000. And when you feel like bummed about something, just look at the list. And remember how much you have to be grateful for. Now, I don't know if you've heard of The Secret. You know, a woman came to Hawaii and met a kahuna, and huna means secret. The kahunas are the keepers, the kahu of the na, of the peace. And there's great peace when you know the secret that you are creating your life with your thoughts. It's part of like what we kind of teach. If there's anything we teach it in God, it's that we're creating all of this. Yeah. So she wrote The Secret about the power of your emotions. People miss that. People think it's your thoughts. Your thoughts create your feelings, and your feelings create your reality. So if you're feeling shitty about your thoughts, you're creating not so good, but joy. It's powerful. Therefore, the greatest prayer we have is the prayer of gratitude for that which we desire. And we can really feel into it. That's amazing. That's how we create. She wrote a second book called The Power. And the power is love, the greatest power of the universe. But she also wrote a third book. I don't know how many people have read the third book. It's called The Magic. And it's literally 30 different gratitude practices. And at one point, the lowest point in my life, I had like 8 or 9 of the top stressors in life. My dad died. My girlfriend kicked me out of my house. I lost my job. I was sleeping in a car that a friend had given me because I couldn't afford to buy one. I was like really at a low place in my life. But I was still teaching yoga, and one of my students ran a marathon. And after the marathon, she had me give her a massage. And she said, for the tip, instead of giving you money, can I give you this book I read? I think you'd really like it. It was The Magic. And the book said, write down 3 things you're grateful for every day. Well, that night it rained. It rained hard like it did last night. And I was sleeping in a car, so I was really grateful that I had walls. I had a car to sleep in. Because if I was outside, I'd be really wet and miserable. But there I was in this cocoon that someone had gifted me. And so I started writing. And I wrote page after page after page of things I was grateful for. I was grateful for my dad, even though he died. All the good times we had, I was grateful for my lovers, all of them. Even though it didn't work out, I was grateful for all the love I'd experienced. I was grateful for all my jobs, even though I didn't have one. I was grateful for all the money, all the relationships. I wrote page and page of things I was grateful for. And the reason I tell you this story is the next morning, 2 of my yoga students asked me to perform their wedding. And they invited me to move into their mansion to live with them. I literally went from sleeping in my car to sleeping in a mansion after one night of gratitude. Now, call it magic, call it whatever you want, but that is the most powerful force that you have. That is love. Because gratitude is loving life. Gratitude is loving what is. When we love some person, we accept them for the way they are. It's tough. It's hard to love people. I love my mom, but I would sure love to change a few things about her. And one of the things that I love to change is my whole life. She's been trying to change me. But it was kind of her job. The other day I saw this woman changing diapers, and I called my mom, and I was like, hey, thanks for the diapers. I know I'm digressing here a little bit, but number one karma in life is mom. Always. They're the person that gave us a body. We're so close on so many levels and so challenging. But when we can be grateful for our mother, grateful for our father, with all their human frailties and mistakes, and grateful for our family, our siblings, all the challenges we have. I've shared before about Ho'oponopono and how important it is to let go of the past. I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you for everything you've been in my life. See, it's only when we let go of the shit that we can be grateful for the good. And so we're reminded at this time how important it is to let go. This is the real teaching of autumn. The leaves, they leave. Yeah. It's wonderful. It's like in the Word. The tree lets go and they leave. But what they become is soil. It's one of the great teachings living in Hawaii. I don't know if you've noticed, but everything is growing out of the lava. It's forming soil, reminding us that when we let go, life will take our shit and create new life. But as long as we're holding on to it, kind of stuck. Yeah, the branch will go dead, but we're still holding on to it. But that's part of our purpose in life, to prune the plant. If you grow roses, you have to prune it. Now, many plants, the more you prune it, the more it grows. And we are also likewise. So thank you for your journey. Hope it was good for you. Yeah. Last time I was shorter and I did more speaking. So this time I tried to leave lots of space for you to journey. I've learned from many of my teachers, the shamans, that they know spirit. And so they trust spirit. And the more I get to know spirit, the more I trust spirit. That was good for me. We're going to end with calling in or giving thanks to the directions. Yeah, again, if you'd like to stand, you're welcome to, or seated, whatever it is for you that works. Yeah. Spirit to the east, we give you thanks for your reminder of new beginnings. That each day we are fresh. The sun rises and new life rises. To the winged ones for your songs of this day. For all your songs of joy throughout the day, always there to remind us that we too can sing gratitude, joyfulness for life itself. And you remind us that conversation is very powerful. Thank you to the spirits of the sun. Transforming into your light, your warmth, and peace. We're so grateful for fire. Those down below, they do all that work. The creepy crawlers, the beings of fire, the transforming. We're grateful for change. We're grateful for creation and destruction. We're grateful for letting go and new life. We're grateful for your fire. The spirits of the West. We are grateful for the beauty of your sunsets, the beings of the ocean. We are grateful for your joy and your wisdom, for your beauty and the wonder that lies below the surface. You remind us in so many ways, so much deeper than we realize. Like the ocean, we can change. Energy comes in cycles and rhythms. We are grateful for the ancestors. That you always watch over us, guide us, and teach us, love us. Thank you for all you have done. Wow. And we give thanks to the being from the north. The mountains, the earth. Thanks to the earth. Being to the north. Beings of the sky. Star people. Thanks. Thanks and praise. We lift our prayers to the heavens for this love of love. We receive such goodness and inspiration. To remind us to come back to the light. Thanks to the sun, the stars, and all in the heavens. We give thanks to the earth itself. Mother Earth, we thank you for your support, your unconditional love. Teach us to be more like you, to take care of you. First, by taking care of the mother, that the world will do much better. I pray for the time of the feminine, that it may come and bloom again on the earth. We be the earth keepers, that your radiance and your love may flow through all of us. And we go once again within. We're reminded that inside, the outside is reflected. In the heart, we have our connection to the rhythms of life. In the breath, we receive and we release. We are reminded to let go so that we can fill again. And so we go within from time to time to remember that it's throughout the within that we find peace and power. That we may move throughout the world with love, peace, and understanding. Mahalo.
Hope everybody enjoyed their journey. Thank you, Kai, for guiding us. That was beautiful. Thank you. It's time to stand up. Let's form our circle and sing our Hawaii song.
Here we have words around the room. Yeah, there's some back there, there's some over here. Maybe we like to hold hands, if that's okay. Nice way to do it is left hand up, left up, right down. There we go.
Okay.
And the easy way to remember that is if it was left up to me, I would get right down to it.
There.
Ooh, I like that.
It is.
And you can feel, like if you're sensitive, you can feel the moment the circle is connected. It's like, there's this little like jolt every time. Like, oh yeah, it's like the energy kind of moves. So it moves from the left to the right. Yeah, we receive with the left, we give with the right. You know, working with the Hawaiian teachers is very important, the left and the right, the feminine, so fundamental, much like the Taoism and everything else there. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm done teaching. Okay. E Hawaii e kune nanawe, kuhone kulaine, olino alina ponolanio. E Hawaii, aloha e, e aoli na opio o Hawaii e oli e, oli e, mai na hae ahe makani au mai mau ke aloha, aloha mai aoli na opio o Hawaii oli mai na ahe ahe makani mau mai mau ke aloha, aloha mai mau ke aloha, aloha mai. Oh, hey, and by the way, you're welcome to take apples. So these are apples from a 100-year-old